This is the Throttle Out Show presented by Vixen Industries, the only show where monster truck drivers and mechanics come together to present what's happening in the monster truck community. It's the ultimate combination of torque, horsepower, and trash talk. And now for your hosts. First, straight out of the heart of Detroit Rock City, it's Kid Rock's neighbor and former driver of the BKT ride truck. It's Austin Spence. And the duo deep in the heart of Texas, it's the show owner and daughter of a man who conquered the industry for over 20 years. It's Harley Johnson, along with everyone's favorite Bryce Kenny lookalike, Austin Tweedy. So go ahead, fuel up, strap in, and remember, when in doubt, throttle out.
A big what's up to the best fans in motorsports. What's going on, everybody? It is quitting time. Crack open a nice cold one, pour you a Jack and Coke, and we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. We've got those England boys on with us for the first time ever tonight. And Harley Joe, what's going on, darling? You doing all right?
I'm doing good. A little sleepy today, but, you know, getting up at 4 o'clock, it's never easy.
I'm not going to lie. The weather was absolutely gorgeous up here in Minnesota.
In Minnesota?
Today. Yeah, I woke up and walked outside with my cup of joe, just looking out at the lake behind me. Nice weather. It's probably like 55 degrees, sunny all day. It's like the nicest Minnesota weather I've had experienced to date. But Harley, we got a lot to talk about. We got some awesome guests coming on with us tonight.
But we got to let everyone know, you know, Spence and Coop won't be on tonight. Coop is still moving into his house, and Spence is, I believe, in Houston at the moment, doing stuff for NHRA right now.
Yeah, Spence is in Tejas. He's working for the Team Colettas, being the rack specialist, having a decent season, I guess. He's got a lot to learn, but he's doing a good job. I know they're happy with him over there as a team. I know he misses monster trucks, but keep chucking away at it, Spence. You're going to do great things, baby. I gotta say before we get started though, the monster truck community, we're all super close, but most of us anyways, not all of us I guess I should say. And I know damn well at any minute Jerry Beck and his team are gonna come walking right through this gosh damn door, and they're gonna try to screw up everything we got going on here. So y'all bear with me tonight. Jerry Beck and his team, they're in town, and they're gonna try to crash the stream at some point. I can guarantee it. Everybody's out to dinner right now, all the guys from our team, and they're out having some drinks, and it's going to get wild here in a little bit. But yeah, and super proud of Coop. Coop's buying a house. He's officially closed on it. He's moving in. I couldn't be more happy for him, man, buying his first house. But let's go ahead. Let's get our guests on tonight. Those England boys out there in Paris, Texas, practically, Harley, your neighbors is right now. No, I'm not there right now. But
yeah, they're basically my neighbors.
And we've not had a chance to have them on the stream before, and I'm so stoked for the first time to have them on here. So for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, they're in separate rooms to help with the echo, and I apologize if there's a little bit of an echo. That's why we were running late, trying to get some stuff figured out. But for the first time on the show, everybody, Shane and Tristan England. What's going on, fellas?
What's up, people? Woo! I'm excited. And we're on the same Wi-Fi, too. Different area, yeah.
How about it? I was telling Shane before the stream that Yeti thermos over there, that Whataburger Yeti. I gotta get my hands on one of those bad boys. Look at that! Look at it!
I'd like to thank my sponsor, Whataburger. Go to whataburger.com, pick yourself up one. $49.99.
Y'all, what is going on? Tristan, I know you're out there. You're rocking it on the West Coast. Shane, you're obviously in the middle of building a new piece. Keep throwing all kinds of teasers out there. Who wants to go first? Who wants to tell us? Who wants to update all the monster truck fans and what's going on in your lives?
Ladies first. Oh, no, I want to hear about you, man. I talk about myself all the time.
Who's going to go first?
I talk about you, too. That stuff gets old, doesn't it?
But Shane, what's going on? I mean, with the new build you got going on, have you got the motor in it yet?
Well, the motor's been in and been out. It's everything's been fitted and it's been sent off to powder coat, and I'm on the third round of sandblasting.
Third round?
The color that I want. We just couldn't hit the color right. If 8 4-link bars were 8 different colors. And so Yeah, it's just the shade of gold. It's like a 3-step process, and it's been a pain in the rear, man. So I've had 2 different powder coat guys, same sandblaster every time, but now I'm just going to paint it because I know it'll be exactly what I want if I paint it. It won't be as tough as powder, but it'll be paintable, and I can get it together.
So you're obviously no stranger to building new pieces, and clearly had some issues with the last piece that you had going on that you had built. So coming into this new piece, I mean, are you really changing up everything? I mean, chassis, motor, body. I mean, is it really a completely different piece, man?
Well, actually, as of right now, we're still going with the C10 body. When Eddie built the chassis, I sent him a body and let him made it fit the chassis as tight as he could so it'd help when it rolls over and save some of the body anyway. The chassis I originally had a huge gap between the body and the chassis, and every time he rolled it, it tore it all up. So it was just the whole point was to save bodies, and then switching to that Woody back in 19, that was to save on bodies because one season I ran 10 weekends and went through 8 bodies in 10 weekends. And it's about $4,000 a body, and it's about $2,000 to wrap it. So nobody's making money at that. So the whole point with the Woody was to save some bodies. But hey, it's what everybody wants to see. You flip it over, tear it up. So just trying to make it look better while we're doing it.
Man, you got a lot of people in the comments tonight who are wanting to know what you're up to. And I mean, do you have an idea when you're going to debut this piece?
Well, the original plan before the setbacks with powder coat was to bring it to the World Finals and debut it, sign some autographs, and then go running at Miami, Oklahoma. But I talked to John Darnell last weekend when I found out about the second round of powder coat, and it wasn't going to make it. So I'm trying to juggle this with a day job. And my day job, I'm usually gone a month and home a couple of weeks. So it's not like I'm sit at the shop all the time just working on monster trucks. I mean, literally right before we did this, I've been out here, bought a new hay baler, new John Deere front end loader, and I'm getting all my stuff set up. So next time I'm in, I can bale all the hay on our place. So it's like I got 4 or 5 jobs, and I'm just one guy.
Now, Harley, didn't Spence have a question for Shane? I thought he did. Didn't he send that into us?
He did. Let me see what it was real quick.
Long walks on the beach, favorite color is blue. I'm a Pisces.
Oh, he wanted to know about, Shane, your oil industry career, I guess.
Yeah, I'm a subsea engineer. I've been doing that for almost 28 years. So I travel all over the world, chasing oil pretty much. Everything I work on is from the rig to the seabed, all the blowout preventers. So I used to just be a hands-on engineer, and now I'm going around inspecting rigs for actually an oil company, Chevron, and I just signed another 5-year deal with them. So it's going to keep me busy. So I'm going to try to juggle the monster truck and the working like I've always done. So I usually just run first quarter, and then I'll be traveling all over trying to sock as much money away as I can to go run first quarter again. But I think I'm going to try to hit some more, shows while I'm on my off time during the year, and I'll have to, stage that between baling hay on the farm and all that stuff. So I just got a lot of stuff going on, man. I'm just one guy.
Now, that kind of rolls into, I guess, what Spence's question was, Tristan, are you still out there hanging off of windmills? You still doing that?
Well, since, first quarter started, I can't actually get out there with enough time to actually be with the team and actually work as a, like a good unit, because I would just be a fill-in guy. So I can't get out there just, a couple days out of the week. So I've actually been working on some golf carts and fixing up this cart barn in Paris, Texas. And we're about to put some lifts on some carts. And if you guys are interested, give me a holler, because I got some.
Hey.
But no, definitely.
No, go ahead.
Definitely not on the wind turbines anymore at the moment. There is some more stuff in the works with them, and I'm very excited for the future of that side of the career that I have taken. But as well as my dad, I know he's got a lot more on his plate, but I do want to be busy, and I try to stay as busy as possible. Plus, being a father, I do only have one child, but he's wild, and his name's Crash, and he's a handful. But it's the biggest blessing, and being a parent, a father, has definitely helped me grow up and changed me as a person for the better. But I definitely still got my dad's sarcasm, which has definitely helped me along the way.
You don't know what he's talking about.
All I heard was unit. I heard unit at the beginning, and that's all I heard.
Well, I got a question for you. So you got the new truck you're building, and to my understanding, you were you played a key role in bringing EFI to the independent monster truck scene. Is that something you're going to continue with the new build, is running electronic fuel injection?
Yeah, honestly, it was a huge learning curve first season out, and it took 3 or 4 weekends to get it kind of squared away in one motor. And Mike Wells had approached me after PRI. It was him, Holly, and my engine guy that all called me on a conference call wanting me to put fuel injection on my truck. And my truck was sitting in the shop ready to go, and it was like the first Christmas where I wasn't going to have to work through Christmas to get the truck ready. And then they called me and talked me into it, so we had to pull the motor, rewire the truck, all that in like 7 days, and then be in Des Moines to race. And so me and Mike had, worked everything out to where, if there was any issues with EFI, I would get help and support as much as I needed. And then it's a pretty bad deal, man. I've known that guy for years, and he passed away when I was on the way to the first show. So when I went to actually run in the EFI, I was actually kind of hung out and on my own. So it was a struggle, and it cost me a lot of money. But now you can see it's on every Monster Jam truck. So, I mean, it was good as a learning curve, so everybody knew it worked. But there was a lot of hiccups along the way before it is what it is now. And I wouldn't trade it for nothing, dude. I love it. I mean, especially like the guys this weekend, Jay Gore and all them are up in Denver, Mile High Stadium. When I fired up my truck coming out of the trailer, you can hear it adjust itself for the altitude, and it run, great. So, I mean, you don't have to adjust pills. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to guesswork anything. It runs the same every weekend.
Man, that's crazy. See, I was out in Colorado this past weekend as well, in a different part of Colorado, and we were kind of struggling with the same thing over there. All of us were on the tour trying to get the pills adjusted. And so that kind of begs the question, Tristan, I mean, you were absolutely a part of that transition from what we're calling, standard fuel injection or mechanical fuel injection to EFI. I mean, so y'all are still using the EFI setup in Earthshaker, and I guess it's going well for you.
I would say that it's actually worked out for the better. I mean, we do have the quicker throttle response like it should. But there has been a few issues with the fuel map and things like that. But it's when you get into doing the two-wheel tricks and balancing the 12,000 machine that nobody ever thought could balance in those directions, or all the physics that go into everything that we do in behind the wheel is just crazy. But the Holley EFI has definitely helped out, especially off the line and racing. You can definitely tell it's a slight difference, but to a driver that really feels it, in the seat, you can definitely tell a difference in everything, especially in freestyle runs like that. As long as you're keeping that throttle going and letting her sing, then it'll do its job.
So I'll kind of give y'all a little update on what's going on with the Boss Gator behind me here. So I went out to do, I think, show number 2, and turned power off, shut the truck off, turn power off, and I went to fire up for freestyle, turned power on, and I got a Holley EFI screen in this truck. We use it for the gauges. We don't have the standard autometer gauges. We use the Holley EFI screen, and it never kicked back on. And don't know what caused that. Truck still fired up, did its job, but I had absolutely nothing to go off of. If the truck was performing well or not, I wouldn't have known. Got back to the shop, started tracing everything down, had some blown fuses, started checking out everything. I guess whenever they started doing the wiring for this truck, they zip tied those cables in there really freaking tight, pinched some wires, shorted out, and it shorted all the way back up into the connector behind the Holley EFI screen. I mean, I couldn't even splice and put new wirings on the connector. I have to order a whole new harness, and I was struggling to find the right harness. Man, let me tell you something. I sent one text message to Harley's dad, BJ. Hey, can you give me Alex Blackwell's number? Alex Blackwell, obviously, longtime Monster Jam driver, one hell of a driver, but he's also a really good mechanic as well and understands wiring and was crucial into getting the Holly EFI infelled and getting all the trucks wired. And quick phone call to him, he's already got a wiring harness sent to me. I mean, you talk about the monster truck community being so tight-knit. I don't even think he charged us for it. He was just like, no, man, I got an extra one. I'll send it to you. And so that's what's going on with the Boss Gator right now. And I'm glad to hear that the EFI is working for y'all. And honestly, we're probably going to switch over to that at some point as well. So, Tristan, you're out there on the West Coast. You're battling the likes of Brandon Vincent and Gravedigger. Obviously, Dave Olfert, good old Too Tall and Jurassic Attack. Travis Mowry's killing it as well. You got your hands full this year, my man. You're out there. You got to give it 110%. Not that you never have in the past, but get your work cut out for you this year.
Yeah, I really have got my work cut out this year, and I knew that coming out of the gate. But I also knew that, it was going to be difficult because it's the 40th anniversary for Gravedigger. This guy gets an intro all to himself, and I never care about the competition of that aspect because I'm a fan too when the lights come on, man. I can't wait to watch Brandon do something crazy or stupid or something awesome. I just want to see it. And, everybody running. I love cheering in the corner for everyone. But when the red headlights come on, man, I want to bury that truck into the ground. But sometimes the fan judges, they like the Gravedigger, man. Whatever they like, hey, that's awesome. But next time you're going to have to buy an Earthshaker t-shirt because – this yellow dump truck's really getting after it out here, and you guys are just playing fan favorite. Come on.
Oh, damn it, man. Shane, tell us. When Tristan come out and he started balling and making a name for himself in Monster Jam, you get to sit up in the stands. You get to watch your boy out there kicking ass, taking names. Seeing Tristan and his rise to the top in Monster Jam, what's that meant to you over the years?
Oh, man, it's been crazy. And just let me add, my wife's texting me saying the frogs are super loud, so I apologize for the frogs. But, yeah, man, when he first got into the truck thing, it was kind of like, I don't know, it was catch-22. He was in the middle of going to college, decided he wanted to race for a living, and we've had him racing since he was 5. And when he said he wanted to race, and I'm like, man, finish school, whatever. And he's like, I'm seriously burned on this. Let's just go to racing. So I called a guy at Feld and told him my son was wanting to race, and he was interested. And we suited him up out here and let him run around in the pasture in my truck just to practice launching and figure eights. And then he went up there to that Monster Jam University the week after that. And, man, he went up there and put on a show, man. Tom fell in love with him and had him come back 3 weeks in a row. So as far as the driving and everything, it's great to see him drive, but to see him go from a 5-year-old on a two-wheel, 50 to what he's doing now, it's been a hell of a ride. And when the year he was out there for the Double Down Showdown, that was absolutely the coolest racing event I've ever been to. It was just because he was there and he raced and he won. He didn't even know he was in the finals when he was racing the finals, was another funny part of it. But man, it's probably the most emotional weekend I've ever had, and we've been racing forever. So it's great to see him go. And then he gets out here and mastered this two-wheel skill stuff, and it's like, hey, Dad, when you get your truck together, we'll take it out here on the test track. I'll show you how to do that. That's like, what a D word. Say that on there, but like, yeah, like what a dork, man.
Man, I want everybody to be good at it, like Bernard, he's one of my best friends on tour, and man, talking to him throughout the weeks and just watching him improve throughout the events, and Too Tall, I had to ask that guy how to do the dang bicycle to moonwalk because I kept tripping on myself during the event, and it's like if we could just help each other and have fun doing what we're doing, we love to do it anyway. So why not have a good time while we're doing it? And if we can post some cool videos on our social media, like something, that would be awesome. But that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Loud and clear. I get it.
I have no idea. Can you please, reiterate as much as possible on that?
Yeah, maybe when we're off air, we'll go into fine detail.
Yes.
No, so all right. Obviously, Shane, Tristan, both y'all know I'm a new driver over here. I'm learning to do things like, hit a jump and stay in the throttle and not let off and nosedive.
And
hardcore.
not hurt your foot.
not hurt my precious left foot banging up against the brake pedal and all that. I mean, y'all got any advice for a newer driver over here? Crucial pieces of advice, such as staying in the throttle when taking off on a jump, things that you wish you would have known when the both of y'all first started driving.
First off, I'd say stay humble. Just stay humble. It doesn't matter how you finish, how you do. You're going to learn every weekend. I would advise putting a little brace pedal in there to rest your left foot on, because it cost me $9,000 in axles before I figured out to rest my foot on the left side, and I've had that rest in every truck I've had. So you don't bump the brake, or your foot don't slop around. You just press the weight against it. That just helped me. And I've had a lot of drivers say that their feet get tore up, their shins get tore up, and I'm like, what are y'all doing? I mean, not everybody has a brace post, or brace pedal. So
I don't. Yeah,
it's kind of like a oh shit pedal. You know what I mean? When you're 30-something foot in the air and you're coming down, you see the ground coming at you, and you're going to nose pick in. Brace posts. It's way
Tristan,
better
do you
than the
have one on
brake.
your truck?
Way cheaper.
Do you have
Do
one
what?
on your truck, Tristan? You have a brace post?
I don't. I hover right over the pedal for the brake, and then my throttle foot's just doing this the whole time.
How do you do it? How do you do it?
It's just
in the corner of the shop.
It's like a
over
natural
here,
feeling. It's a natural feeling after you do it, like time and time again. We do, like, I can't even count how many shows that we do in first quarter for the arena series, and that's just, it's so much seat time. It's so much time with your chassis. It's so much time with your crew, which I'd like to give a shout out to John Sweeney, because he's been turning wrenches for me, and man, that guy, we just get each other, and it's been working great so far, and I can't wait for hopefully World Finals, because if that guy and I can make some magic happen there, that would be awesome.
No, that guy's a good wrench man, and I know he'll take care of you. Remember earlier I said somebody's going to walk in and crash the stream at any damn moment?
Other
That
dump truck
sexy
guy.
devil right there. What are you doing?
Shane's pumped to see you.
I'm here.
And it
What's up,
might be able to
buddy?
hear you too if you talk real loud.
I'm the other yellow guy. Look, that's me
Fellow
right
dump
there.
truck driver. The only other dump truck driver in the fucking nation.
Woo! Just a couple of dumps.
he said just a couple of
What a
dumps.
load of, yeah.
Get a
Mhm.
load of this.
Mic drop, and he walks off.
It's good stuff. Guy's awesome.
Get a load of this and a mic drop, and everybody's back. So they're probably going to be clanging and banging over there. They were building shocks earlier. Everybody was learning new recipes over there. We can't talk about what they're actually, the new stuff they're going to be trying this weekend for the toughest monster truck tour. They are concluding that tour up there in Grand Forks, North Dakota. I'll actually be up there hanging out as well, doing a little bit of judging. Dirt Crew, that team, they've been taking really good care of me this week, buying me brewskis. They think that's going to get them some brownie points, but they better show up, y'all. Better show up and give Brandon Budd and Tim Jones a run for their money. Shane, you done any running on that toughest monster truck tour?
I did one event, and it was a blast. We did it outside of Austin, Texas. And it was hilarious because that was the first time I'd ever run Bigfoot, right? So it was Dan Runte, and so we were talking trash, before the event, in interviews, and I'd never been in an event with Bigfoot, but that was like favorite truck growing up, and so smoked him in first round of racing. And I told him, I said, man, I could sell all my stuff right now. I'm done. You know?
I'm calling it quits.
But there was a funny thing with that though. Dan got out of the truck. He comes by, he sticks his head up, gives me the thumbs up, and said, "Good job." I said, "All right, thanks, man." And he got out of the way, and I was sitting there, and then all of a sudden, about 2 minutes later, he comes running back to his truck, and then my guy on the radio comes over, John Gagnon. He's like, "Hey, dude, go ahead and get out." And I was like, "Get out for what? I got another round." He's like, "No, they DQ'd you, said you were out of control." I said, "Whatever, dude." So it's like, Bigfoot. I thought about the digger thing before, but this is a Bigfoot one too. So I was like, wow, this is awesome.
That's how it works. Oh, sorry.
But I had a good time, man. It was awesome. You can sell merch there, so I made more money on merch than I did on getting to the show. So I was like, man, if I could do this with Monster Jam, I'd be quit working offshore, man. I could just do this for a living.
Now, Tristan, obviously, I mean, it's your first time coming on the show with us, and we don't want you to say anything that's going to, stir the pot over there. But, I mean, I know you obviously
No, I don't want to do that at all, man. That's my. I work for that company, and I am just blessed to be able to go out and do what I love whenever I have an event to do, and I enjoy that I get to fly back home to see my family. Because I mean, man, if I worked on the road countless hours, countless weeks, I don't know how we'd make it, or Kiera would have to come on the road with us in the camper. We'd have to do something crazy. So,
but I know you like to keep up with your dad in the independent scene and all the shows that he's going to. I mean, if you ever saw yourself out on the independent circuit, what would you be doing, man? I mean, do you enjoy? I mean, could you crew? Like, are you good at wrenching on trucks, man?
I'm not gonna have him comment. He's over there laughing. There was a couple evenings. He is awesome. There was a couple evenings where there was more drinking than there was wrenching. But hey, you have that on the big jobs like Monster Trucks and friends.
Have that on the
out
big
there
jobs,
hanging
right?
out at the trailer. But yeah, I can crew on a truck. I can do whatever. Man, I'm a hand. If somebody needs me, I'm there. It's like working on the turbine stuff. It's nut up or shut up. You got to show up to work, and if somebody doesn't, then there's some serious consequences in that stuff. So just being able to do monster trucks and play with it literally feels like you're playing. I know sometimes we're in a rush and a cram during an event to get something together that broke and you're discouraged about it or something like that, but I mean, it's part of it. You signed up for it. You gotta love doing this stuff, man. I see so many people getting discouraged because we're so many weeks into this season, and it's tiring down. It's wearing out. We're about to do World Finals. There's a few more weeks left, but it's like, hey guys, we signed up for this. We're almost done. Look at what we did. Like, look at all the cool stuff that we did together. I think that's awesome.
No, I love that. I appreciate you going into detail. I mean, like you said, man, a lot of guys get burned out, whether it be working for the big company or doing the independent stuff. Guys, they seem to lose fun, lose interest in it. But now, Tristan kind of spent just a minute talking about, okay, yeah, I can wrench on trucks. I can do it. Shane, is he full of shit?
No, man. I mean, honestly, before he ever went to work for Feld, he was helping me. So, I mean, when I'd come in, he'd help me in the shop, and he's been in there, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, because I had to turn around and leave. There was a reason to come to the shop, and then he's done, I think 6 weeks on tour with me back in 18. After his
19.
First quarter finished, he went on the road with me, and, I mean, we had a blast. And then 19, we went on the road, too. So, I mean, it was a good time.
But, I mean, so does he have any, like, new guy stories? Like, for example, we got a guy over here working with us on Jerry Beck's team, and he is He is famous for leaving the gas cap off of a truck. I mean, do we have any stories like that with Tristan, though?
No, dang it.
There's no stories working on anything. Now, the only hiccup I had with him was Denver, Colorado, 2019. We had a trainee swap, and I turned around, and he's with Jim Kohler headed to go eat dinner. And I was like, wait a minute, man, where you going? But that is the only time anything bad's happened. That dude's always dives in. He's always helped me on my truck. He's always worked on it. I mean, when we put him at 12 years old in a car. He was racing cars at 12, and so him and his mom, which throw her in there because she's out here in the shop working on his stuff for him, helping him, and taking him to the track and beating body panels out and all that. So I mean, everybody at this house works. I mean, so if he tells you he can work on a monster truck, he can work on a monster truck. He tells you he can work on a dirt modified, he can work on a dirt modified. So I mean. Plus, he works on street trucks. I mean, he can legitimately do it.
My favorite thing to work on is a diesel.
Go ahead, boss. Go ahead.
Oh, I was saying my favorite things to work on are diesels, even though they're a headache, but they're my favorite.
Are you any good at working on 7.3 Power Strokes by chance?
I could definitely work on it, but I'm not. Well, so funny story about that was my common sense was completely checked out that day, and my dad had a 97. Yep. 97 Ford anyway, and it was gas, and I literally, not even thinking, just took it to the pump and filled it up with diesel. So.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Yeah. Was I 15 or 16?
Filled her up.
I don't know. What a dork.
I couldn't hear what he was saying. Did he say something about putting gas in a diesel or something? Or diesel in a gas?
Diesel in a gas.
Look at that thing.
I don't know.
Nice.
More doors, more dump trucks.
Did you get a load of that, Tristan?
Oh, I got all of it. Yep.
He's coming back around.
Oh, coming back the other way now. Okay.
Coming back around.
Hey, show me how you do a moonwalk, man.
He wants to see how you do a moonwalk. Can you do a moonwalk in that thing? Can you do that? That's Dirt Crew's version of a moonwalk. Everybody, they're fill-in driver.
Hey, I've been there, man. Fill-in driver. 2015 was when I got sent to Monster Jam University, and I mean, Dad called them and told me to come up there and test, and we did pretty well, but I was pretty discouraged because I went through the training and then my interview skills were not so good, and so I had to sit out and practice on those skills, and Tyler stepped into Blue Thunder, and so I sitting there, I'm humble as can be, and I was happy for him to get the opportunity to drive, and man, he killed it right off the bat. But I was ready to get my opportunity, and I did in El Toro. Started off not so good, but seeing the turnout that we've had, over the past couple of years, I think it was worth it. Not that part of the career with the El Toro and hitting a wall, but if we could erase that, yeah, that would be awesome.
Should happen. Yeah.
Hey, it wouldn't put me to be the person that I am today, honestly. I mean, things happen for a reason.
And dude, you're freaking killing it, man. And I know you're gonna ride that train as long as you can over there. And I mean, you got a good thing going for you. But I guess a question that a lot of people are begging down in the comment section. I mean, is there any possibility? I know Shane spoke a little bit on this earlier. Spoke a little bit about that. Is there any possibility in the future that we might see a father-son race team?
That would be the coolest thing ever. I know my dad would probably say it right now, but we see the Pagliarulos doing it, and that's like the coolest thing ever. But you also got to think that's our pocketbook playing with it at that point. So, and we like to get wild, and I know my dad, when he gets his lid on and he's putting the visor down, he's going crazy. He's having a good time, and that's why he instilled it in me to go out there and have fun, because that's what it's all about, man. It really is. It's the atmosphere that we surround ourselves with the fans, the kids, everything. Like, it's crazy. Monster Jam, it's one of the biggest, but hey, the independents, you get more one-on-one there and spend more time with the people, and I think that's awesome.
Well, you talk about your dad stepping up, man, and yeah, you're not lying whenever you say that. First show I was around your dad was in, what was it, Shane? September 2017, I think. September or maybe early October 2017 in Las Cruces, New Mexico. You remember that show?
Yeah, that was your dad was driving Bigfoot out there.
yeah. He was driving old 14 that weekend, and everybody's going out for the wheelie competition, and they're hitting wheelies. Here comes Shane England, got to one up everybody, trying to. I don't know what you did, how you got in this predicament, but you're over here doing a damn bicycle, pulled it out. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, brand new body for that trip and wadded it up first weekend. That's awesome.
Was that with the open front end, or did you have a locker?
That was locker, because I saved it when it was going over. Yeah. Ever since I didn't put that locker in until 17. So the first few years I had open front end, and man, that was a game changer. You could actually save it, So yeah, it was pretty crazy. But yeah, I mean, what you're talking about with, would there ever be me and Tristan running together? It would be something cool, I think. But man, he's got such a good gig going right now. I mean, it'd be stupid to screw that up. I mean, he's top tier truck, running with the biggest promoter out there. I mean, it's nothing to mess with. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna probably build a second truck. That's probably a given. I've got enough parts for 3 trucks now. I bought some more stuff last few weeks, but I mean, I just, my whole deal was to have enough parts for 1 truck. 2 trucks worth of parts for 1 truck, and then run like that. But I've been kicking around the 2 truck thing. I've been kicking around the ride truck thing. My wife's been hounding me for that. And I think it was last year we were down in Lone Star Throwdown in Conroe, Texas, big car show with my car club down there. And Joey Sylvester brings down his Mayhem truck, and that's all I heard all weekend long, all the way back home. Driving back, you need a ride truck. That's the only way you're gonna make money at this stuff, because it never tears up. And so I got some axles for a ride truck now, but I don't have a ride truck.
Yeah.
I mean,
make that money.
Yeah. Who knows what's gonna happen, man?
So Tristan, I got a question for you. We're seeing on the Facebooks, on the social medias out there, everybody's getting that nod for the World Finals, and my understanding, you ain't got that phone call. You ain't got that text message yet. Are you getting nervous over there? Your palms sweaty about getting back to the World Finals?
Oh, my palms aren't sweaty at all. I mean, I haven't got a phone call. Nobody's told me anything. I guess they want to surprise us, or I'm going to drive all the way there and just hang out. I mean, I don't care. I'm bringing the family. Disneyland's right down the road. We can go hang out there and come and cheer on. I don't even know how many trucks we're having in the main field this year. I'm just excited to see the aspect of the World Finals again. It's been too long since it's happened. I'd like to attend the award ceremony. If we did anything cool this year and it gets awarded, that would be as well as a blessing. But if not, we're there to cheer on everybody else, all our fellow teammates, our trailer mates, and everybody but the guys with the red headlights, man. I'm just kidding. I can't wait to see Cody Saucier back behind the wheel. It's going to be a little different because I haven't seen him in person wearing dragon stuff or his hair spiked like that. So that'll be cool to see. And then Weston Anderson, man, I'm getting to hang out with him a couple years back when I went to the beach over there, and just having a pretty good friendship kind of with Weston, and seeing him advance so quickly. I mean, I know he's been behind the wheel of probably everything under the sun, like all the Andersons have, but seeing him advance so quickly and leading this tour, and he wins it, and it's his rookie year. I know he's driving Gravedigger, but the kid's got talent. He's awesome. I can't wait to see what he does on a big floor, and I'll have my popcorn ready to watch that. But that's what I'm most excited to see, and especially the fans that we haven't seen in a couple years, because I'm also back on the West Coast right now, so not seeing people on the East Coast, not seeing any of Florida yet. So we've got people from Florida. There's people from all over the world coming in to World Finals in Orlando. So it's going to be a really awesome experience, especially with having a hiatus like we have from World Finals. And I think it's just going to be top-notch. But can't wait to see it. Hope I'm a part of it.
Well, I got to ask you a question, man. So, I mean, it's no secret that the times that you have been to World Finals, you haven't had the best of luck. And I know, man, I know you as a competitor, your passion for the sport. You know, your last World Final, for everybody, obviously, has been 2019. I mean, how has that been? I mean, how's that been in your head since then? I mean, I know you've been chomping at the bit. You want to get back to World Finals, and you want that moment, you know, similar to the showdown moment that you had a few years ago. You want to get back and you want to win. I mean, I know you're hungry, Tristan. I know you want to get back to the World Finals.
You know, I think it'd be awesome to actually win a world title. I mean, I know my Double Down showdown world title is like this small compared to the actual world title. But, I mean, it meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to my team. Brandon Fearsdorf, he was there, and that guy – man, I can't say enough about that guy. He's just one of the best that's ever crewed on a truck and been in somebody's ear on the headphones. But going back to it, other than winning the championship, it's awesome to just be in the atmosphere of that many fans and how many super fans we got coming out supporting not only World Finals but all the different events that we do, because with being on the West Coast Arena Series, we don't have a lot of jumbotrons. We don't have a lot of video. We don't have a lot of cameras. Yeah. So literally, Monster Jam Lord, Tanner Smith, Wayne. I cannot forget Wayne.
Yes. Vintage Racing. Yeah.
Just all those guys are so awesome. They send us videos. They do it because they love it too, man. And just every piece of Monster Trucks coming together and us hanging out on the Throttle Out show. Like, all of it. It's just amazing. It's a monster truck community, and we are really tight. And that's what I love about monster trucks.
Now, Shane, I know we've been talking Tristan's ear off for a few moments over here, and you've been listening in. And I think it's time we change gears. Okay, we go from first to second. We kick it up a notch, and we just lay down the truth over here, Shane. We got to let the world know. Okay, we got to stick together.
You said first to second. It's funny.
We got to let the world know, Shane. Whataburger or In-N-Out?
Oh my gosh.
Hands down, Whataburger, dude. Them In-N-Out burgers are like this big, man.
You should have already known the answer to that.
I'm from Texas, Tweety, man. Whataburger is it.
Yeah, damn right it's it. I'm trying to, let that soak in Harley Joe's mind, but she just ain't getting it, man. I don't know what's going on.
Not gonna happen. No.
She likes In-N-Out?
Oh, yeah. In-N-Out.
Burger?
In-N-Out over Whataburger any day.
It's probably your dad's fault.
Whatever. Yeah. I mean, look at that haircut. I mean, come on. That guy likes In-N-Out. You know that.
Speaking of his haircut, Harley, I saw that picture you put up of him driving Captain Insano. I didn't realize he was actually on the front of that T-shirt.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No. Dude, little
That's
yellow ball.
Awesome.
That's badass. All right,
man.
Shane,
BJ, he's one of the nicest guys. I'll tell you. He definitely calmed me down that year that we took the Double Down Showdown, because in practice I was looking like a pinball coming out of the chicane of Thunder Alley, and I didn't know what I was doing wrong. And he calmed me down. And he's like, "Look, man, just slow down. Don't be so up on the wheel like that. And you'll be all right." And it paid off. But that was because of BJ helping me a little bit, and a couple other drivers, and my dad. He always when we had the small race car when I was 12, I think it was. he would tell me to go up to the end of the driveway, and I mean hauling ass, and turn around and just make a left turn and come right back down the driveway. And I'd be banging gears in this Volkswagen. We had a roll cage in it. I was thinking I was cool as heck. And, coming back down, he's like, hey, you remember when you used to run that Volkswagen up and down the driveway and stuff? And I was like, yeah. He's like, just like that. You just go down the straightaway, and you just make a left turn. Come back. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Heck yeah. So I told Brandon Fiersdorf, I was like, don't tell me who I'm up against. Don't tell me who I'm, my times, nothing. I don't want to know anything. Just send me to the line. And we were singing on the radio to each other and just having fun. And I think that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
The experience that not only everybody else around you is having, it's also about you too, man. I mean, you're putting on the event, and you got to have a good time too. So that's what we came here to do.
Man, I love hearing that, though, because I'm not going to lie. Like my first show was a simple concrete car show, but this past weekend, man, I was really uptight, way into my head. And I appreciate you telling that story. And I've never heard that before. I really like that. Shane, one last question for you. With the new truck coming out this year, you're going to have a new line of merch coming out for all the fans to get their hands on.
Yeah, the artwork's already done. We just got to tell them when to print it. I mean, everything's done. We got multiple different designs, different color shirts, all this stuff. And everybody, man, we went to that TNT deal last weekend. And, dude, I'm going to tell you what, that was worth the whole 2,300-mile round trip. Harper put on the dang show last weekend. All those guys, seeing all them old men run and hearing all the war stories, I mean, it was hilarious, dude. We had a blast.
I mean, hey, let's be honest. Do you think Gary Porter could still come out and run with the best of them, Shane?
Oh, I know he can. That's kind of like Neil not driving or BJ not driving. I don't understand that. Those guys could smoke it every weekend, leave everybody sitting still, and they're not running. But, I mean, hey, it is what it is, man.
Yeah, I wish that we could see Neil Elliott make a comeback right there. That'd be awesome.
Neil Elliott, somebody said this before. I think we've said it before on the stream, but I'd say arguably the greatest driver of all time to not win a World Finals championship. Just having to not be in his corner at the World Finals. But gosh damn it, has he left all of us with some memories? Multiple time Stadium Tour championship driver. I mean, guy's unreal, and I hate that his career was just like that, snap of a finger, no more.
On and off the track, man. He's just he's an all-around great guy. And,
very knowledgeable.
Always sponsored by Budweiser, for sure. That guy.
Yes.
Rumor had it there for a little while that he was building his own truck. I've not heard a whole lot more about that. Maybe that's true. Maybe we will be seeing him back behind the wheel of the truck.
That's the juiciest gossip right there.
yeah, buddy. And y'all, I apologize. We're obviously working in a shop over here, and we got guys running grinders and stuff. They're trying to get out to the toughest monster truck tour this weekend. They got the big show coming up, and we all know. yeah. Come on, Chandler, let's come over and I guess maybe say something real quick. You gotta say it loud.
Apologize.
Chandler, what's up, dude?
What's up, Shane?
Yeah. Yeah, boy.
Miss you, man.
Making noise, sorry.
Well, y'all, first of all, Shane and Tristan, thank you so much for coming on tonight. It's about time we got y'all on here, but I really appreciate y'all coming on.
No,
That's
man,
been fun, man.
We like hanging out. It gives us an excuse to hang out in the shop, When he comes over and hangs out, and we can, have a little adult beverage and hang out.
I hate that y'all are going to be gone. That you just happen to be gone the week that we're going to be rolling through up there, man.
Well, you said that was the 21st, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so you'll be. I told you I'd give you the gate key. You just drop that thing off, and we'll be here that Monday. We'll be coming back.
You'll be here that
World
Monday?
Finals. I'm headed to World Finals too. I think I'm gonna go straight from work. I've got a big, gigantic Hooters sign I bought in Florida. I got to pick up.
Hooters.
So I might as well just go.
Hey, man.
Oh, dude.
We can go pick it
I
up.
like it better than Whataburger.
Ain't nobody gonna fault you there. And Harley agree with
I
you.
can't
That
tell
one,
you.
yes, will.
I can't tell you literally with all the traveling that we've done, especially together, how many Hooters that we have been to, and it's just I don't know if we're like even crossing them off the list or anything. We just go, and I've actually been to a few times because of being on tour, and I'll be like, man, Dad and I were here. That was a good time.
Well, y'all.
Yeah, we're actually
thank you so
remodeling the
much.
shop, dude. We're gonna turn it into a Hooters in here.
Oh,
I
hell
bought
yeah.
like a 4-seater bar top. I've got the surfboard out of the Hooters casino when they closed it down. I've got the surfboard out of the Henderson, Nevada one, and we're taking the pool table and doing the felt orange on it too. So we've got a mannequin that my wife's making for me that's gonna have a wig and a Hooters outfit on it in the shop. So it's pretty cool.
Shane, whenever that weekend comes and I'll be rolling in, though, y'all be at the World Finals. You'll have to slide me a key over to Tristan's place, and I'll play some pranks on him. Go throw some onions under his couch or something. When he gets back, he'll have a nice surprise.
Hey, you're
Dude,
going to
I
have to
don't
deal
even
with
have a key
my
to
old
that
lady
place.
on that one after that. She going to have your butt on that one. She don't mess around.
But y'all, thank you so much for coming on. It's been a hell of a stream. Probably gonna come over here and give these guys a hand, get to grinding with them. But for those of y'all who tuned in tonight, thank you so much as well. Shane, Tristan, wish y'all the best of luck for the rest of this year. Tristan, I believe you're gonna be back at the World Finals. You have your moment that you've been wanting, and I wish you both nothing but success for the rest of this year.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
I
dude.
appreciate
Good luck
as
to you
well.
and that gator, man. That oversized medulla oblongata you got going on over there. I mean, what a crock. I mean, come on.
I'm so glad.
I'm glad you're driving that thing.
I'm so glad you got all kinds of jokes, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to have a run in with you, man. We're gonna have a hell of a time.
Yep.
Well, those of y'all for tuning in tonight, hey, just remember, when in doubt, throttle out.
Throttle
I will try to
out.
remember that as well.
Throttle
I will
out.
try to remember that as well. But for those of y'all who tuned in, thank you so much. Y'all have a good night. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out, everybody.